A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today our topic is forming questions. One way of forming questions is inversion. What does that mean? Just look at the statements. Atomic Habits is written by James Clear. In this sentence, Atomic Habits is the subject, is written is the verb. And what we do is that we swap the position of the helping verb and the subject to form the question. And this is what is inversion. So Atomic Habits becomes is Atomic Habits written by James Clear. Now let's look at the second statement. Everest is the highest mountain. Everest is the subject and is the main verb in this particular sentence. So this verb will come first and the subject will come later in the question. Is Everest the highest mountain? Becomes the question. Now let's see in what other situations we apply inversion to form questions. Inversion is also used when will, have, or had is used. They will arrive on time. This is future indefinite tense. Will is a modal verb. They is the subject. Will arrive is the verb. The position of the auxiliary verb, the modal verb in this case, will be swapped with the subject to form the question. Will they arrive on time? You have finished your work. This is present perfect tense. You have finished your work. In this sentence, have is the auxiliary verb, which will be exchanged, which will be inverted, and you will come later, which is the subject. Have you finished your work? Let's look at the last statement in this slide. They had discussed it. They is the subject and had discussed is the verb. This is past perfect tense. Had is the auxiliary verb in this case. The position of the subject and the auxiliary verb will be exchanged. Had they discussed it? Inversion is also used when modal verbs are used, and we have seen one example of will. We should use the white color. We is the subject and should use is the verb, and should in this particular example is the modal verb. So the position of the subject and the modal verb will be exchanged. Should we use the white color? Let's look at the next statement. Bats can hear well. Bats is the subject and can hear is the verb. Again, can is the modal verb, so the position of the subject and the modal verb will be exchanged. Their positions will be inverted. So bats can hear well will become can bats hear well. I hope the rule of inversion is now clear. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. See you next time.